Okay, we're just wanting to recap our free pick this week, PTEN. It was one of our bounce plays. This is the daily, and you can see all the red candles in a row down here. Today it did put in a reversal candle. It's got a nice tail. It'll definitely be on watch again for Monday. But let's go to the 5-minute candles to show you. Remember, the break, if you read the instructions, was buy of the, if it broke its 30-minute high. 15 minutes into the session, about 10 minutes into the session, it hit 23.50. And that ended up being the high of the day. It never did take out its early high, but just to recap, if you're on our free picks list but you're not a member, then this is a great time to teach you that on these balance plays, because we do send out balance plays every now and then as our free picks. We wouldn't have bought this anyway if it did break the high, simply because if you look at the low of the day, it was 22.43, it looks like, and so by the time it got up to 23.50 or 51 into the actual trigger, it's already run over $1. We would never buy that. Now, if we had a long base, maybe right below the high of the day, then we would buy the high of the day break in this case and put our stop below that base. But we wouldn't have bought this if it broke. So just kind of keep that in mind if we do send out future bounce plays. And it's kind of written that way in the instructions, but it's easier to understand if you see it on a video and look at the chart. We did call this intraday using 60-minute candles. This is actually a 2-day chart. Look at the lower tops, and then it had a nice green reversal candle. And we're looking for the first break of a previous candle's high. And you can see it happened right here. It broke this candle's high. 22.76 would have been the trigger. With your worst case line in the sand stop would have been 22.42, so a little over 30 cents down here. Or you could have been more conservative and put it below this candle at 22.58 for even tighter stop. So either way, the trigger at 22.76, and it went to 23.44 for a decent trade. We had a lot better going on today. Just to show you some of the things we look for. We try to do a daily recap every day anyway. We called CALM today. Look how beaten up this one was. Kind of reminds you of that PTEN. I mean, just straight down from 48. We had it on watch. Well, we didn't have it on watch. We found it in the middle of the day. We saw that daily chart and realized it was definitely oversold. Found this tight base here, and we called it above this base with our stop below. So you're talking a $32 stock. Our trigger was 33.80 right here, with our stop below this at 33.50 or 49, about a 30-cent stop. And it went up from 33.80 all the way to 35.05, so over $1 there with a 30-cent risk. Great play today, and they were cheering in our live trading chat room today. We also called Corning, GLW, on 30s. Look how clean that is. Lower tops, nice reversal candle. First break of a previous candle's high, 16.11 right there, with your stop at 15.93. That's less than 20 cents. And from 16.11, it went all the way to 16.87 for another great trade today. And a lot of people made money on that. Foster Wheeler we had. Believe we called this on 30s as well. Not as clean because this candle's a little bit bigger than we like, but if anyone played it, 41.08 with your stop at 40.51. It went from 41.08 all the way to 42.25, so another real nice one there. We had ADCT on our watch list due to that gap. Look at the daily. Looked like it was going to sell off to new lows yesterday. These are daily, and then look where it opened today. It surprised all those shorts, so we put it on watch. And then on the 30s, it just gave a beautiful setup. Lower tops, and a nice narrow candle. So look at your break, the first break of a previous 30s high. We love the 30s, 9.76, and your stop's at 9.62. That's only, what, 14-cent risk? And it goes from 9.76 all the way to 10.31. Percentage-wise, that's a real nice trade. JRCC, I mean, just had so many huge trades today. Somebody actually called this on the 15s. I liked it better on the 30s just because it's a little slower during that time. But on the 15s, somebody bought it here, 29.97 with your stop below here, and it went all the way to 32.71. And there it is on the 30s, lower tops, and then this trigger would have been 30.29, and it's still, again, a couple, over all the way to 32.60. So another real nice one. ZQK, another one that gapped up and surprised folks. Let's show you the daily. Look at that, selling off to new lows as of yesterday and then popped open to here today. So we put it on watch, and it gave a nice base right around here. We called it on the high of the day break at 797 with our stop down here at 773. And it went all the way to, I mean, not huge, but 834 for a decent trade too. And I know a lot of people made money on that. Looks like it's about it. CALM, I think, was my biggest personal trade of the day. And at the very end of the day, I called HBAN on a break of this base, and it sold off first and then broke it. But still, 822 was your trigger with about less than a dime stop, and it went to 835. That was just an end of day trade, and look at the volume came in there at the end, and that's because now it's very near a breakout on the daily. Look at that, it's got room above. So I think that's the reason for that last little pop today. But just some huge trades today, and if you look at the Dow, it's only up 32 points, so doesn't seem like a big day, but it was down over 100 something early going, and the whole trick is to sit and wait and watch and wait for the setups that give you these kind of low risk entries. So really good day there, but we wanted to follow up on that PTEN and kind of talk about those gap plays. So if we call any gap plays again, bounce plays, if we call any bounce plays again, make sure you watch that daily range. And if it's going to trigger after having traveled $1 off the bottom, you certainly want to pass on that. That'll about wrap it up, and we will send out another free pick next week.